You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends. The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
Still having trouble? I thought you were past all that.
Lately, I don't know. I've been pushed out to some dead patrols. Maybe I stepped on someone's toes.
You can be forceful.
My charm, right? I should be able to go where I'm needed. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
It's been a year settling in. Are you all right?
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am. How close I hold my memories is my own business.
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. What about you, Carver? You were there. Do you feel something similar?
No.
All right, then. Bit of a tit, your brother.
The Blight is over. You could go back to Lothering.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Do you have a name or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's smugglers though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected time to time, as long as they're competent. You still claim to be competent, right?
Aveline, you've got yourself a partner.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
So I take it she's gonna join the team. Lovely. It's good that I came here first then. Let's look at your equipment. Because he currently has good equipment is what he has. But I can't give him a one-handed sword and a shield. Let's see what we have. No. I want the abilities here first. So strength. I probably want dexterity. Which one adds to defense? It's cunning, right? Cunning also adds to critical damage, which is reasonable. Let's do this. And then for your abilities, a taunt would be interesting. Two-handed. I still want him to be a defender. But stonewalling doesn't require a shield, despite the defender thing. As far as I can tell. So let's go for two-hander. Mighty blow, shattering blow. The only one that we have, so let's go for it. And then we have Varric, who... Let's look at his equipment. Oh, I can auto level up. That's interesting. He has... Oh, it's a crossbow. Of course. Barrick. Wait. Yeah, we have four team members. I was like... Now with her Aveline as well. But, yeah. So we got dexterity. He already has cunning. So let's go ahead and mix those two. And he's got a little bit of specialist for a speed, for extra attack speed. It is a sustained mode. And then we have precision. Bianca is his actual skill tree. And he's also got pinning shot, which is pretty powerful. And I could do bursting arrow or fire damage. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we have Aveline here, who, let me look at your inventory, is sword and shield. So let's look at her attributes. She has a lot of strength, so I'll go with a lot of cunning. And just keep it that way. We have Blade Master, we have Weapon and Shield. Starting off with Shield Bash and Shield Defense. And I could have Perception. Immune to flanking. The warrior maintains constant awareness of the battlefield, so long as the warrior has a shield equipped. Enemies receive no bonus for attacking from behind. Let's go ahead with that. And that is our level ups taken care of. Let's do this thing for Aveline then. The way it should be. Should I do that first, though? Or should I focus on the other stuff? I want Aveline with me for the other stuff. So let's find our new home. Go to Gamlen's home in Lowtown. And on the way there, we're going to explore a little bit. There's the Kirkwall City Guard here. I don't know what that is. It is with pride that I, your Viscount, grant the authority of law and civil enforcement upon the guardsmen of an independent Kirkwall. And no more will they defer to foreign troops, because they have their own army. And there's a codex entry there as well.
The heart of law in Kirkwall. If I have to say something about it anyway.
Yeah. It seems to be that way. And people are just here. We have a simple chest. I don't have a rogue yet. Oh! You're a rogue? What am I saying I don't have a rogue? Do you have lockpicking? Or is it just your cunning? Engraved armband. And a short bow.
Easy as pie.
It was easy as pie. Good. I like the animation when you switch characters. It's fluid and nice. A Study of the Fifth Blight, Volume 1. I don't know that the Fifth Blight is the one that just happened. I believe it is the previous one. While some of my contemporaries dispute whether the Fifth Blight was a true blight, or merely a large darkspawn resurgent, historians agree that it began in the swarms of the Korcari wilds on the southeastern border of the Ferelden, or of Ferelden, in the year 930 Dragon. I don't know how the years are counted, but yeah, the blights are basically when the Darkspawn invade the things that we fought at the beginning of the game. King Kalen Theorin was swift in responding to the threat. Oh, that's Kalen. No, the fifth blight is the last one. And that's why they're being like, I don't know if this is true or not.
I can't do that.
We have another door.
That's not really my thing.
Is it not?
Not likely.
Good day, Sarah.
Hello. I am here for the book, and also the pictures. The Lomarin Accords. 50 years, that's how long it took for the Imperium to drive out the Kunari occupation. But the rest of the northern Thedas was not so lucky. Yeah, the Kunari just invaded everything. There are people to the north, and we have a companion in the first game. I don't remember his name. We can call him Rex. We have the Seneschal?
The office of the Viscount is not open to the public, especially recent arrivals not actually part of the public.
Yes, I would imagine not. So all this no, this one is not locked. And we have the Enigma of Kirkwall. The Viscount is suspicious, but the bribe was sufficient to gain access to the restricted section of the archives. The money would have been better spent elsewhere, the archives being almost devoid of the Imperium-era records. When the slaves revolted, they hunted magisters and burned the city, at least the parts that could be burned. One account says that the streets were littered with piles of scrolls and books set aflame. Is our quest futile? Did the slaves destroy the answer? As Maferath's armies toppled the Imperium, they sent 3 magisters and their legions here. They never arrived. But why march here of all places? What were they coming here for? This is behind a panel in curious markings signed The Band of 3. Yeah, it is behind that painting. Maferath, I believe it was a king of the... Not the elves. I believe it was a king of the humans. And a servant of the Maker. And I think potentially related to the founding of the Chantry. A bottled scar, 534, Exalted. That's a year, by the way. Exalted.
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, the Exalted is a year. I remember seeing that quite a lot. I don't really know what it means.
You want me to do what? I don't think so.
That's a shame. We're gonna come back later then. Maybe there's more wine in there. And we have a map. Hightown, Viscount Keep, the Hanged Man accessed by Lowtown, and Lowtown over there. Well, this is not what I was expecting to go. Sandstone?
Varric, do you do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
Oh boy. Rogues. Rogues. Lady Elegant. An elegant lady, coincidentally.
My. If it isn't Hawk. Good to see you again, Elegant.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
It isn't always easy, but things are going well enough.
That's wonderful to hear. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Oh, nice. Order potions. Oh. So here, it's another crafting table, but for potions rather than for runes. Hopefully I won't need potions, but yeah. Vincento and Vincento's Northern Merchandise.
I have only the finest Antivan merchandise.
That's very nice then. And it's a store. We can sell our stuff. We have 50 inventory space. You have to be kidding me. Okay, let's take care of that then. Immediately. Sell all junk. Sell all these. And all those. Not the potions. And we're good. Alright. Let's look around a little bit more.
A market I can afford, and I don't want a bloody thing.
I usually just use it for selling things.
You won't find better prices.
Again, just selling things. You have the Acolyte staff, which is a really good thing. It's just incredibly expensive. For me, at the moment. Not necessarily very expensive. Lyrene's Ferelden imports. We got an injury kit here. Hopefully we won't need those too much. Let's go inside.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to the healer, but...
My son's hurt bad. Cart overturned on him in the blasted bone pit.
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you.
Excuse me.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
Is there a way I can assist these people?
If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else?
I just want to see your wares.
Look around. We don't often get customers with actual coin to spend.
I don't have money. I don't want to see your wares. I'm sorry. Lyrene's Ferelden's import. Oh, it's just another... I can't pronounce her shop's name. It's just another shop. But it's good to be around. I'm holding tab, so the way I move in this game is holding tab, and then W, and holding right click as well, so I can look around as in a first-person game or something like that. The tab is held so that I can highlight the items. Although there is an option in the option screen that says always highlight stuff. Trinkets Emporium.
By all means, see if there's something that takes your fancy.
There is. It's just very expensive. Weaponsmith, yeah, you can stay there. I know your tricks now. Let's look around a little bit more. The Hanged Men. Well...
Did you approve my application?
I can't make you a guard carver.
We were both soldiers. Why won't they take me?
I was an officer, and I follow orders.
No, you don't.
I also think of others before myself. You seem tired of that, and that's dangerous.
Just when it's not my choice. You told them not to take me, didn't you?
Yes.
Oof. Let's go on in then. There's custom loading screens. I'm noticing. Varric, where did you say...
Drinking, let's have again.
You have to when you're dealing with this lot. Let's see how you like drunk men pinching your ass and trying to lick you. Ugh.
Fair. Yeah, Varric said that he wanted to talk to me here.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
I fought Darkspawn, but I've never been to the Deep Roads.
Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Why would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight Darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time. And if he doesn't know, he might be able to point us to those who do.
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Bartrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Messer, is why I'm here. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
And we have a new codex entry about the Grey Wardens. The Grey Wardens are really important. The first game is all about them. I don't know about this one. The First Blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. For 90 years. At the Weishaupt fortress in the desolate Enderfells, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were Grey Wardens. And they fought against the Blight, and there's this whole process, and it's a big thing. It's pretty important. We can also learn about our friends. Let's learn about Aveline. If it is family, you protect. Doesn't matter who it is, blood or not. Aveline was born in Orlais, but she never knew the country. Her father, Benoit Dulac, was a chevalier who lost his patron to the game of intrigue. He fled to Ferelden while Aveline was an infant, and though his holdings were meager, he was determined she would have the life he had lost. She would become a knight, no matter the cost. He eventually sold everything to sponsor Aveline into Knight Kaelin's service. Knightly skills seemed bred into Aveline's bones, but she had her doubts, starting with her namesake, Sir Aveline. The first female knight of Orlais was orphaned, mocked for her looks, and murdered when she dared stand with men in tournament. Her glory lies in tragedy, but the leaving Aveline doesn't revere sacrifice. A principled death is still a death. Her father was proud of her, but she would never be the knight he wished for. Aveline married Wesley Vallon while serving in the Ferelden army. They were kindred spirits and determined guardians. His death during the Blight scarred her. Not just his loss, but that she failed to protect him. Aveline has healed in the past year, but she has yet to forgive herself. Accordingly, she is fiercely protective of the Hawks and Helen, who's also Helen Hawk, yeah. They share... Oh, it's kind of funny that I have HH in my name. I didn't even think about that. Well, I couldn't have, because I didn't know I was going to be a Hawk. They share a bond in loss, a connection she cherishes, but will not allow to be repeated. Hopefully not. Let's learn about... Oh, that's about ourselves. About Varric as well. I know everyone in the city worth knowing. Varric was born 3 years after his father's exile from Orzammar into the world of the Merchants Guild. The ancestors never spoke, and paragons were the heroes in the tales. The number of dances a Kalna lady gave to a lowborn ascendant boy were more pivotal than the reign of kings. Orzammar is the capital of the Kingdom of the Dwarves, and people get exiled for crimes, I believe. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure if it is for crimes. People do get exiled, but anyway. While Bertrand ran the businesses and drove House Tethras ever higher up the social ladder, Varric looked after the family and their retainer. His mother, Lady Ilsa, suffered terribly from the trauma of her disgrace in exile, finding solace in liquor and smoke. It fell to her younger son to try to curb the worst of her drunken rages, to keep her from becoming a matter of public scandal, and to care for her when she fell ill from her excesses. Though he is famous throughout the Merchants Guild for his stories, Varric speaks rarely of himself or his family. Most of Kirkwall knows him. Everyone has bought him a drink at least once, for the sake of his fictions rather than his family connections. Ah, curious character indeed. They are fleshed out characters in the Codex. I assume that's going to be important for us understanding them as characters later on. Talkative Man. Hello, Mr. Talkative Man.
The truth is out there.
Unfortunately, he's not very talkative.
Stop looking at me.
What's your issue now, little hawk?
Don't call... Just don't, all right? You're looking for fodder for your stories.
Do you think you're that interesting?
I have enough trouble being overshadowed as it is. I don't need to get caught under an imaginary me, too.
Don't you worry. I'm not in the business of lullabies or children's stories.
Well, watch out, Talkative Man. They're more talkative than you. They're gonna steal your name. Nora.
You heard about that Deep Roads expedition? They say anyone who goes down there is going to be rich. You don't think there'll be drinks served down there, do you?
I don't know. Rivane, over here. Nowhere in my travels, not in the heart of the Imperium, nor the streets of Orzammar, have I felt so much of an outsider as in Rivane. The chant of light never truly reaches the ears of these people. The ears they spent under the thumb of the Kunari left most of the country zealous followers of the Kun, but resistance to the chant goes deeper than the Kunari War. And that's a country to the northeast, I believe.
I once fell asleep in that corner. It's quite comfy, if you don't mind the rats. Cheaper than a room, too.
What do you mean if you don't mind the rats? The rats make it better. Unless they bite at you.
Meredith makes blankets from the hair of dead mages to keep her warm in the winter.
That's hopefully she's not gonna make it out of my hair. I have the bartender. Excuse me.
Welcome to the Hanged Man.
What's the word on the street?
People say Meredith's the real power in Kirkwall, not the Viscount. Even Dumar answers to her.
Any other news?
Apparently, the Kunari are just waiting for a ship to take them back to Parvolin. Hope it comes soon.
Any other news?
You hear about the Earl of Redcliffe? Some say Andraste herself reached down and cured him so he could unite the land.
No, he's cured! That happens in the first game. Yes, I did do that a little.
Any other news?
The craziest thing. Apparently, the pigeon population has taken a nosedive in Ferelden. Weird, huh? What kind of sick individual preys on those innocent things?
I was gonna say maybe cats.
Any other news?
You ever met the Viscount Dumar? The man doesn't use his head for anything but storage for fancy hats.
Thanks. I should go.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Storage for fancy hats. Huh. Anyway, I think that's it for this area. Some cool paintings. This is really interesting building. This is really interesting. Like, the first game doesn't have anything like this. It feels so different. Inside. Than other places, I mean. Cracked staff. Maleficarum. It has been asked, what are Maleficarum? How shall we know them? I have been as troubled by this question as you. You have come to me for the wisdom of the Maker, but none have seen the Maker's heart save beloved Andraste. It's just a very, very specific definition of Maleficarum, which is pretty cool. But if we come across it, it's very easy to talk about it. I don't need to read that. Where should we go? To Lowtown.
I don't like some of the people you've been associating with, Carver.
Talk to my sister. She's the one in charge.
Maybe, but I know you get around. This city's full of people who are dead set on ending badly. I don't want to see you end up the same way.
Would asking you to stop spying on me help in the least?
No.
She likes to spy on people, doesn't she? It's not a very nice thing to do.
Oh, right, the Rusty Metal Spike District, my favorite part of town. Can we leave now?
I was gonna say, what are these fires? Is this like Thief? Or something? Like the Age of Metal and machines? So some sort of steampunk sort of... Because it is a little bit like that, isn't it? That's cool. I always thought Thief was such a refreshing type of setting, mixing medieval everything with more industrialized dystopic reality. Really good for obviously the kind of game that it is, and naturally, Dragon Age is a dystopic reality in and of itself.